It's been a crazy day for celebrity news. The charges against Alec Baldwin have just been dropped and people are furious about it. Taylor Swift outsmarted the biggest crypto scandal in history, and Elon Musk just stripped a ton of celebrities of their blue check marks. First up, the manslaughter charges have just been dropped against Alec Baldwin over the death of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins. This news comes less than 2 weeks before a trial was set to begin. New Mexico special prosecutors released a statement explaining that over the last couple of days, new facts were revealed in the case, which required further investigation. But they insisted that this decision does not absolve Alec of criminal culpability and the original charges might still be refiled. Their follow-up investigation will also remain active and ongoing. Alec's attorney Luke Nikes released a statement saying, "We are pleased with the decision to dismiss the case against Alec Baldwin, and we encourage a proper investigation into the facts and circumstances of this tragic accident." Apparently, prosecutors recently learned that the firearm used in the incident had actually been modified with a new trigger in a way that would have made misfire more likely. This is a really interesting development, given that Alec had adamantly denied pulling the trigger, even though an FBI report later found that it would not have been fired without that happening. At the time, his attorney insisted that he had no reason to believe there was any ammunition inside of it, or anywhere on that movie set. The film's prop armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed is also facing 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter, although her charges remain unchanged. Hannah's lawyer said that they fully expect that she will also be exonerated. They said, "The new special prosecutor team has taken a very diligent and thorough approach to the entire investigation, which we welcome and have always welcomed. They are seeking the truth and we are also. The truth about what happened will come out and the questions that we have long sought answers for will be answered." But this news has brought about mixed reactions across the internet. Some people have straight up said that Alec only got away with it just because he's a rich white Hollywood celebrity. Others say that he should have never been charged in the first place. One person tweeted, "I don't know, I know it was an accident, but I feel the only reason he was let off was because he's Alec Baldwin. Maybe don't arrest him, but there should have definitely been consequences. He's rich, he can handle it." So many people have criticized the decision and said that they were letting him off easy. There were even accusations that he must have paid someone off to have the charges dropped. Someone else wrote, "An innocent woman died and absolutely nothing is happening? They could have at least cancelled the movie out of respect for her." That does bring up an interesting point. Why are they continuing with the movie? Isn't that a little messed up? A few weeks ago, Alec's lawyer confirmed that he will be keeping his role in Rust, and it's about to restart production. Halyna's husband, Matt, is set to remain as the film's executive producer, which is a role he took on as a part of the wrongful death lawsuit that was settled in October. The director, Joel Souza, will also be returning, despite the fact that he was one of the 2 people injured in the incident. Melina Spadoni, the attorney for the Rust movie productions, said that as the film proceeds, production will include on-set safety supervisors and union crew members, and they will bar any use of working weapons or ammunition. Yeah, you would hope so. One of the craziest moments of this case was when it came out that Alec had actually missed firearm training right before filming the movie. Court documents claim that he failed to attend a session on handling these weapons before the filming officially started. After that, a private hour-long session was scheduled for him, but it ended up only being 30 minutes in length because he was talking on the phone the whole time. Hannah stated in her deposition that Alec had limited training in firearms and how to check his own firearm as to whether it was unloaded or loaded. She wrote, "While he did attend a 30-minute training session on set, he appeared distracted." It later came out that Hannah should have never even been hired in the first place. She was inexperienced and unqualified to be working with so many firearms, and she failed to demand the minimum safety standards on set. One of the main reasons prosecutors came after Alec was because he was not just an actor in the movie, he was also a producer. So he was literally responsible for the fact that Hannah got hired. They also argued that he had been around firearms long enough to know better, despite his public assertions that he was an expert when it came to firearms and filmmaking. Photos and videos from the day of the incident showed him mishandling the weapon. In fact, investigators have counted at least 40 instances of him previously using a weapon in film or TV productions throughout his entire career. The filing documents also heavily criticized him for not behaving like it could have been loaded. They stated, "Baldwin directly pointed a firearm at Hutchins and Souza. He knew the first rule of firearm safety is never pointed at someone you don't intend on hitting. In addition, always assume that it is loaded. Had Baldwin performed the required safety checks with the armorer, this tragedy would not have occurred." So, how do you feel about the fact that these charges have been dropped? Is justice being served or not? Alright, now let's talk about the fact that Taylor Swift Swift just dodged a major bullet. No, I'm not talking about marrying Joe Alwyn, I'm talking about the fact that she avoided signing a $100 million sponsorship deal with FTX. It turns out that she was the only celebrity to question the crypto exchange. So how do we know this? Well, the lawyer who was handling a class action lawsuit against FTX promoters just spoke about it on a podcast. Adam Moskowitz went on The Scoop to discuss the lawsuit and said that the plaintiffs are seeking over $5 billion from celebrity endorsers. This includes big names like Shaquille O'Neal, Tom Brady, and Larry David. The lawyer claimed that these people didn't do their due diligence to check whether or not the company was actually breaking the law. But Taylor Swift sure did. Apparently, she pulled out of the deal and never ended up promoting it. She discussed the sponsorship deal in the fall of 2021. The terms included selling tickets as NFTs, but Taylor was right to be suspicious. She apparently asked FTX one simple question, which was, "Can you tell me that these are not unregistered securities?" This is something that countless celebrities failed to look into while they were negotiating a sponsorship deal. It was only later, when the crypto exchange crumbled, that they would have realized the full extent of their mistake. The collapse of FTX came to be known as the biggest crypto scandal to date, and at the head of it was a guy called Sam Bankman-Fried. The once promising young founder had one of the swiftest downfalls in history. It turns out that he illegally took about $10 billion of his customers' money, all to put into his trading firm Alameda Research. On the surface, the exchange looked like it was thriving, but in reality, it was actually drowning in debt, with billions of dollars missing in customer funds. Eventually, Sam was forced to resign from the company as it collapsed from a surge in customers all trying to withdraw their money, only to hit a brick wall. He was arrested in the Bahamas 1 month later and now faces over 100 years in prison if he's found guilty of the charges, which include things like securities fraud, money laundering, and bribery. So it's no wonder that the celebrities who promoted FTX are also going to be in serious trouble. It was literally a Ponzi scheme. More than a dozen stars are named in the massive class action lawsuit, like Stephen Curry, Tom Brady, Giselle, and Naomi Osaka. The complaint blames them for actively participating in the offer and sale of unregistered securities in the form of yield-bearing accounts, as well as a betting fraud that is designed to take advantage of unsophisticated investors. So yes, it's amazing that Taylor Swift avoided getting dragged into this mess. When it comes to business, it's clear that she always seems to know what she's doing. Some people might say this is because her father used to work as a stockbroker for Merrill Lynch, or that her mother used to be a mutual fund marketing executive. But wherever she got it from, Taylor has proven that she has an incredible business savvy. When Apple went to launch Apple Music, it announced that everyone would get a 3-month free trial. The problem was that artists wouldn't be paid during those 3 months. But Taylor was not satisfied with this and she wanted to stick up for her rights. She then penned an open letter to Apple saying, "We don't ask you for free iPhones. Please don't ask us to provide you with our music for no compensation." Within 24 hours, the company relented and decided to eat the cost itself. Eddie Q, the senior vice president of services, then personally apologized to Taylor and other artists. It was a stunning backtrack for a company that's not very well known for changing its stances, and it proved that she can seriously accomplish anything that she puts her mind to. It was recently reported that the Eras Tour is on track to be the highest grossing US tour ever. Forbes estimated that Taylor will be earning around $620 million from it. To put that into perspective, her net worth is currently around $570 million, meaning this could literally double her wealth. Numbers like that might sound a little crazy to some people, but it's not really all that shocking, considering that she has been a record-breaking artist for decades, and the demand for Eras tickets was so high that the Ticketmaster website crashed several times. So if anything, this just proves the insane level and reach of her star power. And now let's talk about all the celebrities that Elon Musk has stripped of their blue checkmark. Some of the most followed celebrities on Twitter who have now lost their legacy verification status include Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga, Kim Kardashian, Selena Gomez, Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, Oprah Winfrey, and Beyonce. Musk made the new deadline April 20th, which is the time that verified users had to buy a premium subscription or lose their blue checkmark. The cost ranged from $8 per month for individuals to more than $1,000 a month for organizations. Although many celebrities ended up losing their checkmark, others like Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Britney Spears, Ellen DeGeneres, and Miley Cyrus still had verified checkmarks. Barack Obama also retained his blue checkmark because apparently he was an affiliate of the platform on Twitter. LeBron James was also a big opponent of paying for verification. On Twitter, he wrote, "Well, guess my blue checkmark will be gone soon, because if you know me, you know I ain't paying the $5." Now he has been able to keep his verified legacy account all because Elon has decided to foot the bill. He actually admitted that he is paying for some prominent accounts to retain retain their blue ticks. Apparently, a Twitter employee had emailed LeBron James recently to extend a complimentary subscription on behalf of Elon Musk. Stephen King also spoke out about the fact that he still has a blue checkmark. He wrote, "My Twitter account says I've subscribed to Twitter Blue. I haven't. My Twitter account says I've given a phone number. I haven't." In response, Elon made it clear that he was the one paying for his account. He replied saying, "You're welcome, namaste." Some people were wondering, why did he choose to do this for Stephen King, given that he was one of the first celebrities to criticize Twitter Blue? And he was very vocal about it too. Back in October, he wrote, "$20 a month to keep my blue check? F that, they should pay me. If that gets instituted, I'm gone like Enron." But it's possible that Elon wanted to win him over just because he kept making his disdain so public. And he was far from the only celebrity to complain about what's happening. Jack Black recently spoke to Variety and suggested that he won't be paying either. He said, "I'm a little embarrassed by the blue check mark, to be honest with you. Maybe it's cooler not to have checks. It's definitely not cool to pay for it. I'm gonna see what happens if I don't pay for it. I'm gonna call his bluff." The move to trash Twitter's verification system could generate new confusion among users, because before the change, the company had more than 420,000 verified accounts. The goal was to help people know that a high-profile individual is actually who they say they are, which would avoid confusion with imposter accounts. But Elon described this verification policy as corrupt and nonsensical. He said that there shouldn't be a different standard for celebrities when it comes to verified status, which is kind of a good point. So do you think that all these celebrities should be paying for their check marks? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.